welcome back to another episode of Green Nose Bad Baby. That's right. Here we are back with the second episode of season 7. It's October, baby. It's Halloween season. We got EJ, we got the Crow. What a great show we got in store for you. We're going to talk about a lot of things, okay? We're going to be doing reviews of a horror movie called The Front Room. We're going to be reviewing a brand new anime. Rachel Zegler, the girl that plays Snow White, she finally made a comment about her controversial comments from a couple of months ago. We're going to be talking about that. We got a lot of things on the chopping block. We got the new release date for Scream 7. It's going to get crazy tonight. We're going to talk about the Hurricane. It's going to get crazy. Hurricane Milton. But before any of that, okay, EJ and the Crow, you guys are notorious for eating spicy foods on the show. You guys have done the One Chip Challenge, the Spiciest Gummy Bear, and of course, the Death Tender Challenge. And I have to show you this viral video right now. This man ate a very, very, very spicy chicken sandwich, apparently, to him, and this was his reaction.
Whoa. Don't step on that. Don't smush it in. Look, he done. He done. Go to the bathroom, bro. I thought that shit was all in the sink. Go to the sink. Yeah. Oh. Sit up, boy. Go, bro. Inside. He says it's inside. Your shit on fire, too. What it feel like? Want me to call the ambulance? Yeah. For real? He ain't hella up. Damn, let me buy that, bro. It's been under 30. How long ago did they call y'all? What the bro? Shut up, bud. She let her off the milk. Let her. What's his name? What's his name? Alright, you just relax, alright? We'll take it from here.
I don't know where the hell that was, but my man was in hell, bro. What'd you guys think of that? You guys are pros at the spicy stuff.
I think he had a worse experience than I did. I never had no ambulance been called for me.
Bro, my man started crying, bro. Like I never seen someone start crying like that before from eating something.
Crying. My man was screaming in agony, bro.
Did he have his legs on the wall? He was face on the ground. I was like,
yeah, my man had his ass tooted up too. Pause.
He was doing everything, bro. He was doing everything. This is how I thought Mo was gonna react when he first had the chip, and this was not.
I would never do that in public.
Listen, I definitely felt that way after the gummy bear, but I wasn't gonna start crying about it. I was just like, I remember you being like, you all right? I'm like, no.
Listen, I felt that way he felt in the bathroom at the Gay Dolphin, okay? That's where I felt that way.
After the Death Tender Challenge.
And I'm so glad nobody got to see me.
I was gonna say it sucked that no one was there.
I'm so glad y'all left me in the back and just left me with Pastor. Oh my God! Because if y'all was around, I would have just heard knocking and talking shit. Y'all probably would have even just opened the door.
I wouldn't have knocked on. That would have gave you a privacy. That's crazy. You already had enough at that point.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have been talking shit through the door.
You would have been.
Listen, those drinks.
I'd have been like, damn, you might have won the challenge, but you suffering now, right, big dog?
Yeah.
Well, that would have been your fault, EJ, because you brought him outside after that. I told you to leave him on the couch.
I know.
You should have left me alone. Wow. You called me a bitch. You called me, the P word. And next thing I know, I'm up and going. I should have just stayed in my ass.
You can say pussy on YouTube. Why do you say P word like that? What do you, Mr. Rogers?
I don't want to say the other word.
You can't say pussy on YouTube anymore?
Putain.
Okay, I don't know what you're speaking French now. What the hell? I don't know. On one hand, I'm glad that Mo and EJ didn't react like that, but then on the other hand, I'm like, Damn, how come we couldn't get?
You would have loved it.
How come we couldn't get a reaction like that?
You wouldn't even edited shit. You would have just threw up the raw footage.
Uncut.
Raw footage.
Boom.
Uncut.
You wouldn't need
uncensored. This is the full reaction.
You know how great that video is that you didn't need any music, you didn't need any type of fancy editing. It was just boom. That's it. Raw and
his head down, walking towards the back.
Like it started off with my man on the floor, pretty much. And my man's just like all fucked up. I'm like, yeah, like that's the way to start a video.
It's crazy. Wow. You know what else was crazy? Was Rachel Zegler's comments.
Real quick.
What?
I was gonna say, what is that sandwich called that he ate, bro? Maybe we should try it. Maybe.
I don't know what the hell that was.
We should try it.
I already said I didn't know what the hell that was. I don't know what the hell.
We'll Mimo look into it.
I don't think you guys. I don't think you guys could have anything hotter than Clay and I served you up, bro. That was.
I mean, we just got to eat that sandwich out of just curiosity at this point.
Yeah, man. I want to know if my ass gonna be tooted up on the floor too.
Yeah, like the way he reacted, I gotta know if I would react that way. Like that's crazy. That's the death sandwich. If it's really that fire, we got to be the certifiers when it comes to spicy now.
Bro, you know he's never living that down. Never living that down. You got to call the ambulance for that, man. It's over for you, bro. That'd have been me.
It's over.
That'd have been me right there. So check this out, right? Couple months ago, the actress that's playing Snow White came out, and she basically started like disparaging the old Snow White movie. She came out and she was basically saying, "Oh, this movie came out in, the 1930s, and evidently so, and it's so dated, and not everything needs to be about the prince's love, and blah blah blah." So she's basically saying that she's criticizing the old Snow White movie as they're making the new one, right? And she got a lot of backlash about this.
What a skank move.
Over the last couple months, she got a lot of heat. And she finally came out and she made a statement about her comments. And she was basically saying...
She didn't apologize, didn't she?
She didn't apologize. She was basically saying, I'm sorry that... She didn't say I'm sorry, but she's like, it sucks that people took my stuff out of context.
What context?
And basically, it sucks when a joke doesn't land. And, it got taken the wrong way.
Bro, she said, I'm sorry that your feelings got hurt. That's what she said.
That's basically what she said.
I'm sorry I offended you.
I'm sorry that you're so soft.
No, this is my favorite part right here. This is my favorite part. The actress denied allegations that Disney was going to update the love story for the modern era. The love story is very integral. This is her quote. This is her quote now. The love story is very integral. A lot of people wrote that we weren't doing the storyline anymore. We always were doing that. It just wasn't what we were talking about on that day. As she continued, Zegler suggested that her comments were taken out of context by people who wanted to tear down famous women. Zegler's not surprised that she sees people's willful misunderstanding of her comments as par for the course for an outspoken young woman in the public eye. Let's address both those things right now. First of all, it had nothing to do with her being a woman because everybody loves Jenna Ortega and she be putting her foot down. She was putting her foot down on Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She was one of the girls from Scream, the girl from Jenna Ortega's sister, got kicked off of the screen for some stuff, for some political statements that she was saying, and she didn't get any backlash. She only got fired from the movie because the movie studio fired her, but I didn't see her get any heat for what she said. So It's not her being a woman. Now, my favorite one was that she said that they were always going to do the love story, right? Oh, really? Well, how about let's rewind. Let's go back in our time machine and let's hear the comments verbatim from the woman herself.
Let's do it.
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no Prince or a different kind of Prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Wow.
That was my favorite right there, that all his scenes get... So how you got a love story if his scenes are going to get cut?
Now you know you're retarded.
What the hell are you talking about, girl? Does she not remember
I
what
think
she
my
said?
favorite. I think my favorite thing she said was, she's like, "Oh, they're just doing this because I'm a famous woman." Like, bitch, I've never even heard of you before. How are you famous?
I never heard of her before.
No,
Maybe it's
this.
just me.
Me
Maybe I'm the
neither.
one that's never heard of her.
I
Never
love
heard
that.
of her.
My favorite part of that clip is the fact that she says, "Great dude," and then she like belittles him like 30 seconds
I want to
later.
know what the
But, like,
joke
we don't
was.
really
It's like,
need
"Oh,
him.
you misconstrued my joke." Like,
I guess
nothing.
the
and then
joke
What
was
joke?
that the joke was probably the one that she was trying to relay was that it was weird that the prince was stalking her, but it's not. That's how love stories work. I mean, he was just courting her, whatever. He was following her. It's not like he was doing anything crazy. He wasn't like leaving notes on her fucking car that they had cars at the time. But you know, it wasn't anything malicious. It wasn't anything malicious. That's the Disney movie formula right there. So she's disrespecting the Disney movie formula. She's disrespecting the tradition. She's disrespecting the reason she even has a job at that moment. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. How could you disrespect the movie that like you're literally getting paid to remake that movie? They're not having you remake it because it's whack. They're having you remake it because it's a classic. What?
It's like
know what I mean?
becoming a principal of a school and then being like, I just hate all these students. I want to teach elderly people.
Well, I mean, that probably does happen.
I want to do something completely different. I don't want to grade anybody. I don't want to do, well, wait.
This sounds like damage
that's
control to
America
me.
now.
This sounds like damage control. This sounds like she got on the bike and started pedaling backwards. But listen, it's not going to work. She
must have lost a lot of jobs.
She probably didn't lose any jobs, but she definitely caught a lot of heat.
Well, she did do the Hunger Game prequel, right?
She did that, yeah,
as
she
the
did
villain.
that. Yeah, she was in that. That's I never seen that, never want to see it, don't care about it. Wonderful. You know, so good for her. I'm surprised they're even still going through with the movie. I think they should have totally shelved it at this point because everybody hates it. They had the controversy with the dwarves where they took them out and they put those crackheads in there, and now they put the dwarves back in there. But
Wait! They got rid of dwarves for crackheads.
Yeah, they put
bro.
like a bunch of homeless looking people in there. Like one guy looked like he was on heroin. The other guy looked like he just crawled out from under a fucking rock or out of a well. I mean, it was bad, bro.
You gotta get crackheads.
It was bad, bro. It was bad. So this movie's totally doomed. This movie's totally cursed. And all she had to do was literally just act in the movie and say, yeah, I love the original. It's great, and we're going to do a great job on this one. How hard is that to say? How hard is it to, even if you don't like the movie, just lie. Listen, if you're paying me however millions of dollars to remake a movie, I'm going to be sucking that movie off all over the red carpet. Yeah, it was fucking, I love that movie. It was great. What? I used to watch it all the time. That movie's fucking sick. Like, what the hell, bro? It's insane. You know what? But she's no Jenny Ortega. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she's trying to talk about the outspoken women thing. Jenny Ortega is, everybody loves her. Everybody loves her and Zendaya, and those are two outspoken
I was just about
women.
to say, yeah, seriously, Taylor Swift, like Lady Gaga. I mean, like, there's don't use the woman thing. There's too many great women. You can't use that anymore.
Stop the cope. Stop the cope. Listen, there's a fun new trend going around on TikTok and on social media. This is a fun little Halloween trend I saw, and Jenny Ortega is not happy with it. She put a post under a TikTok of this trend that said, "Please stop," or something like that, like "Don't do this" or "Please stop." And the trend is that people are taking Wednesday Addams plush dolls and moving the hair all the way back to make the doll bald. Like, they found out that they can fold the wig all the way to the back of Wednesday's head. And this was a crazy funny TikTok of this guy. I guess he just like figured out he can do it. So he did it to one, and then it pans over. He did it to like all of them in the store. And it's just like a shelf full of bald Wednesdays. And it doesn't even look like Wednesday after that. It looks like just like a old gothic man or something like that. Like a cute old goth man. It's actually, I like that. I like that toy better.
Her hairline
That sounds lit, to be honest with you.
bro.
Everybody needs to sell that.
Yeah, I think it's like a multi-fat. It's like a transformer toy. Like, you know, you can put it to a car, or you can put it to you can make it the robot.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's gender fluid.
Go get
It's a gender fluid Wednesday. You can make Wednesday or Thursday. You can do whichever one you
Wednesday or
want.
Thursday.
You can do whichever one you want. I'm down with it, bro. I thought the trend was great. I think it's
That's
so funny.
fine. I gotta find that trend. That sounds so funny.
And I think it's gonna sell more toys than it ever would. You know what I mean? Because everybody's going to the store to flip the hair.
She's gonna hate that check then.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think she's gonna. She made the comment, like I said, like to please stop, and I'd be like, keep going. It's only giving me more advertisement to the toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making me
people
want to
just
get one
wanna
and flip the
buy it.
hairline back. I'm about to get one, put it in the background over there.
Let's see what else we can do with dye and hair. Like, what else?
What other aspects of the
else?
toy? What other functions does it have? I think it was a little cute trend. And speaking of cute, they're coming out with a Addams Family meal at Burger King on the 10th of October.
It's showing now.
That's right. The 10th of October, Burger King is doing a Wednesday Addams Whopper, which is going to be purple. And don't worry, your shit is not going to turn green like they did with the last Halloween Whopper years ago, because I don't believe it's food coloring. They said it's from a purple potato. That's what they're making the bun out of. So you don't have to worry about any green shit the next day. This is all natural, baby. It's going to be a purple bun with black sesame seeds. And then for the dad, they're going to do Gomez churros, which I don't think Burger King has ever done. So that's nice. That's going to be awesome. And then they're going to do a chocolate shake for Morticia. So, I'm going to be front and center on the 10th.
You and Jay are really excited over this damn chocolate shake.
You're excited for the chocolate shake?
She is so excited for the chocolate shake.
Who, Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, let me know how it is. Is she also excited for the Krabby Patty? Because the Wendy's is putting out SpongeBob's Krabby Patty meal on the 8th of October. Is everybody excited for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. What comes in the meal though?
I think it's just like a Krabby Patty. It's just a burger with some kind of sauce that makes it a Krabby Patty. Like I think it's a special sauce on the burger. That's what makes it the Krabby Patty, and that's it.
So it's no crab.
I don't think was there ever crab in the Krabby Patty.
That's the secret theory, is that Mr. Krabs basically killed all his Krabby family members and all the crabs in Bikini Bottom and turned them into Krabby Patties.
Wow, well that's
I thought it was that the secret ingredient was plankton, because I thought there was an episode where he actually got the formula and read it and he lost his mind over it. So I was thinking maybe plankton was the secret recipe.
I don't know. I think that plankton lost his mind because he's like, this man killed his own people. I think that's what it was.
Wow. Well, you eat the burger and you let us know what you think. You let us know what your theories on the Krabby Patty is, okay? But that's about it. I think it's just sauce, and then it just comes in a box that's done up like SpongeBob. I don't think it's going to be anything special. I don't think it's going to be anything of note, but you could let us know. I want to see
the guy in the back in a full like SpongeBob costume flipping the burgers.
Bro,
I would love that.
That would be like the hottest day of that man's life, bro. He's gonna be at the.
I mean, it's winter now. He can pull it off now.
It is not winter. It is fall, actually. Okay, Justin. I mean, be getting all his. You like Justin? Justin be getting all his seasons wrong. It's officially summer, and it'd be December. Like, bro, you got a while to go, bro.
It's summer somewhere, bro.
Nah, it'll be like May. Justin's not that crazy. It'll be like May, and just like it's officially summer. Like you got a little while to go, bro. You got a couple months to go. Are you gonna try the Krabby Patty, Mo?
Of course, I'm definitely trying the Krabby Patty. I'm looking forward to it.
That comes out today.
Even though I don't really care for SpongeBob as a show.
You don't like SpongeBob?
My favorite SpongeBob episode is the chocolate episode.
Oh, come on, that's a classic. Who doesn't love the chocolate episode?
That's my favorite episode. That one, and then
you selling what? You're selling chocolates.
Chocolate, yes, mom, chocolate.
Love it.
He's selling chocolate.
My man said I have glass bones and paper skin.
Listen. To all my people with an eating disorder like me, you about to rejoice right now. It's about, don't even worry about no Whoppers. Don't worry about no Krabby Patties, because we eating good right now. Actually, we're drinking good, because Japan, you know how innovative they are. They just came out with a new invention, a new drink called Intensen, okay? And this drink, apparently, once it mixes with your stomach acid, it turns into a gelatin to make you feel full, okay? And one of them, they have a lemon and something else. And the lemon has less like a little bit of calories, and then the other one basically has 0 calories. It has it's not going to put anything in your body. So this is perfect for people like me who there's days where just eating doesn't even feel, I don't even want to eat, bro. I don't even want to do it. It just feels too arduous. I don't even want to think about it. I'll just pop a Tanzan, get nice and full. So I watched one guy say it. He said that one guy drink it. He said that he did feel full, but he didn't know if it was like placebo or anything like that. It seems like it's just getting the rollout right now, because I couldn't find any way to buy it. But This is gonna be sick, bro. This is gonna be epic. We're gonna be out here.
Let's go back to the part of the Jello part. What turns Jello?
The liquid turns into a Jello in your stomach to make you feel full once it mixes with your stomach acid. What do you think about that? That sounds
You
nice,
got me
right?
hyped because I thought you were gonna say Stro Zero is out.
No. Stro
I
Zero.
just feel like I was fooled just now.
No.
I don't know if this is the Japanese invention that I want.
I love it. This sounds great. This is perfect. When I'm just sitting around, I don't feel like eating, but clap, boom.
No, this would actually be really bad because I do have a problem with eating just like Gritty. So it's like I have to like actually wake up and do the whole eating thing and like schedule myself.
That's how you know.
What's wrong? Wait, hold on. What's wrong with you two that you don't like eating? Like, what's the problem?
It's not that I don't like eating.
Is it that you got to cook the food? Is it
no? It's nothing like that. Like, bro, I've never been diagnosed, but I definitely feel like I have some type of.
It's hard to explain, but
disorder.
sometimes eating just feels like, oh, I can't even think about it. It just feels terrible. I just don't want to do it. Just like, oh my god, I can't even fathom eating this
I can't relate,
right
bro.
now.
Once I get hungry, that's what I want.
I can be starving.
I went 1
bro.
week and a half without eating one time.
Well, what are you, Gandhi? That's
like
crazy.
it was crazy.
No,
I just did not have an appetite.
Ghost?
I just did not have an appetite when I was a kid. So I try to stay away from that.
I'll do like 2 days.
That invention is not for me.
Did you actually die back then when you stopped eating, and you're just like a figment of our?
Maybe. I mean, you don't die that far. I was still drinking liquids.
I'll do like 2 days without eating much, but that's about it. I can't do more than 2 days, and I'll fucking die. But yeah, I've had my little streaks before where I'm just like, I can't even think about eating right now. Just the thought of it pisses me off. I don't even want to do it. So, I'll have a nice closet full of these, and everything will be A-okay. Everything's gonna be fine.
They need to keep that in Japan for him.
EJ, you love VTubers. I like VTubers.
Oh, yeah.
We got a whole VTuber. We got 2 VTuber scandals going on right now, right?
Yeah, so I don't know the exact dates, but I would say last month, maybe 2 months ago, I would say it really got crazy.
What happened?
So there's a company, there's like a VTuber company, and I'm assuming that when they want to record a music video or just any kind of songs, they have a specific like recording studio they would go to. And apparently it came out that apparently the guy that runs that recording studio was lacing people's drinks with some kind of shit that would put them to sleep.
Oh my god!
I think it's called like Red Spider or something like that. And yeah, it just puts you to sleep. And my man's taking pictures of them when they're sleeping. He's posting up their face reveals.
Right, because he's a VTuber, so they have avatars when they perform.
Yeah, so they don't actually show their face.
So now he's leaking images of them while they're asleep. Is he doing freak offs?
Yeah, when they pass it on the couch, my man's taking pictures. He's like making fun of them, like this bitch is ugly or this bitch is fat. There was even one, right? There was even one because I guess somebody snitched on him, somebody that was also involved. So I don't know if they're innocent or not, but my man was saying that someone was paying money for a used tissue from one of these chicks.
Oh hell!
So my man dug it out of the garbage. I'm like, okay, this is too much. This is too fucking much.
What are you gonna do with that? Lick it? Sniff it?
They're gonna eat it or something, bro. They're gonna frame it or eat it.
I just watched a video of a guy pay for some used socks from a girl on the street.
But I feel like this is even worse, bro, because it's like a dirty fucking tissue, bro.
Snot,
like what the fuck?
Freaking mucus. So this guy is drugging them while they're in the studio, like recording songs and doing little things for the little things for the anime channel.
Yeah. So they'll go record a little bit, and he'll be like, "Hey, you want water or something or whatever he offers," and then he puts his little mixture in there. And
wow. So what's going on with this guy? We gonna get charges on this guy? What's the
for real,
bro? I don't really know because a lot of videos I saw when it first happened are not around anymore. I don't know if YouTube is taking them down. From what I understand, though, they were going to look into it, and a lot of the videos that he helped with, like all the music projects he was involved with, I think they got taken down. I don't think permanently, but I guess until they figure this whole thing out, they're like, let's not associate with this guy. Or
I wonder if he's getting paid from them, because if he's not getting paid
from them, who
matters?
Japan.
Oh, okay.
I was watching a video on Instagram the other day of like a streamer that was in Japan, like a woman, and the guy, fellow male streamer, was like, "Yo, chill, don't put your drink anywhere because over here in Japan they love to spike drinks. They love to do that." So this is right in there because that's literally
And then,
yesterday.
I believe it was this month. Whenever the latest TwitchCon event thing happened, there was like, I want to say it was an exclusive VTuber party because it seems like most of the people on the list were VTubers. And yeah, multiple people got drugged there too.
Bruh, what
at a party?
hell?
Like probably at least 10 people. Like we made posts about it.
Somebody's trying to take Diddy's place.
And yeah, I mean, clearly, don't be taking drinks from people.
They did this. We talked about this on the show maybe a couple months ago where they did it at the other con where they handed out popsicles at the con, right? At the VTuber con. And the girls got drugged.
Yeah. This is like a big thing now, man. Like VTubers just getting caught crazy.
You would think like, oh, being a VTuber, okay, like I'm just chilling at home for the most part. Like this should be the safest occupation, being a VTuber. I'm literally gonna be home all day performing in front of my camera. Nobody can see me.
They don't care that I feel like, again, because they don't even know that you're a VTuber. I just think if you're a female at a party,
oh, they don't even. Okay,
you're done. I just think that's all the criteria they're looking for. Is
I would
female,
not be going to these, bro.
Party.
One of these chicks.
I'm in there. I'm doing it.
I'm doing something crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I feel sorry for all the women that's going to these parties and getting violated. Apparently,
like, I feel bad for them, but I mean, I feel bad for the people that were just trying to do their job. Like like my company wants me to record a song, and now I got drugged, and now there's pictures of me on the internet. Like that's crazy.
That's not the face reveal you want. That is not. The
exactly. That's not the face reveal you want when you're drooling on a couch.
And then he's clowning them too, bro. Like he's like, oh, this bitch is ugly. Like that's another level of sick right there, bro. That dude is bugged out. Throw him under the jail.
Gotta go down.
Throw him right under the jail. Send him with Diddy.
Like, and don't Japan have like a 99% incarceration? Like their incarceration is pretty freaking high. Like I can't believe people even take these type of chances in a country like that.
Well, apparently it's a very prominent thing. Apparently they really be out there doing it.
Yeah, they love it, man. And I feel like a lot of the people out here are taking some notes from them. You know, fucking lacing up popsicles and putting shit in people's drinks at like a fucking TwitchCon party, whatever the fuck it was.
Really? Wow.
That's weird, bro. That's some weird behavior.
Yeah, everybody just needs to start bringing their own trail mixes and lunch boxes.
I think everybody needs to, if they're gonna get a drink, make sure that it's a drink that hasn't been opened yet.
Yeah, get it from the bartender. Make sure it got a cap on it. All that, bro. If it ain't coming from a bartender, make sure it got a cap, or you pop it right
before I hopped in here. I was refreshing myself on it, right? And the one that just happened at TwitchCon, there was somebody that was like passing out like on like the sidewalk or something. And their friend was there, and like the security walks over, and the security's like, "You got to get the fuck out of the way." And the friend's like, "What do you mean? Like this person, like my friend just got drugged. Like I need help moving my friend, bro. What do you mean? Like we're not." I'm like, "That's crazy." That the security guard's like, "Move along, sir."
He's probably trying to scheme and get up in there. I ain't trying to leave my friends laid out on the floor.
Move out the way.
If I was a VTuber, bro, I mean, it's the perfect job to literally go nowhere. You could socialize from your house and your computer. I would not be going to no parties. I'd be streaming. You know what's crazy? And that's it.
There was a stream I was watching from Pippa, and she was talking that she went to TwitchCon, and she people were handing her like free drinks and stuff, and she was like, "Yeah, I turned out fine." I'm like, "Well, you lucked out."
She was drinking them.
Yeah.
Oh, she's bugged out, man.
I was like, well, you know what? You lucked out that day because there's many other people that got a complete opposite story to you.
Bro. Seriously.
They got the perfect job. You taking crazy chances doing that.
I'm a man. I would never go. Like, I really, what?
What?
Bro, no.
What? I'm not going to any party or anything.
Too,
that's what I'm about to say. I'm a whole grown man, and I feel uncomfortable taking drinks and cigarettes and smoking.
I was watching a thing about that in Texas. It's like I don't remember exactly what city it is in Texas, but apparently there's been like 30 people that went missing in the same area, and they all been found in a river.
Wow.
Oh yes.
And they're all saying it's an accident, and I'm like, nah, bro. Everybody's getting laced up.
How do they all accidentally go to that one river?
That's what I'm saying.
one after
Because
the
they're
other.
going to because they're going to this club.
All the drunk people got to stumble past that river. I don't think so.
No. Because and it's only a few blocks away from this club that these people.
Oh,
and
you know about it, yeah.
Yeah. Because the mother, she just reported like a few weeks ago talking about how like the same night that her son disappeared, he sent us like, "Yo, there's a man following me. I think he wants to kill me." And like next day, boom, found his body.
He was gone. Oh wow.
Found his body.
Where is this in Texas?
Yeah, I believe so.
The
Yeah,
moral
in
of the
Texas.
story: you're a man or a woman, watch yourself.
Watch your
Protect
doings.
yourself. Buy for only closed drinks, sealed drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Watch your back at TwitchCon,
Don't take a swig
bro.
of your friend's drink because for all you know, your friend just got laced.
And my man was
So-
really
That's a
taking
good
advantage
point,
of them
too.
because like you don't think that the engineer or whoever's gonna just lace you like that.
No,
and
exactly.
knock you out.
No one is thinking like, especially he's getting paid by these companies. It's like,
Yeah,
why
that's the
would
last
you?
person I would have thought. Like my.
Can you imagine your boss would be like, "Hey, what happened to that song that you were supposed to record?"
Specifically, he probably makes a lot of bread just because people want to know what these VTubers look like. They're probably like, "Yeah, I'll give you $1,000 to send me her face." Like,
Send me that snot rag.
Bro,
That
but he's
is
definitely making money off of just
crazy, bro.
making the beats
That is
and whatever.
oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he definitely had a good career before all this, from what I can tell.
EJ, you sent me a trailer not too long ago. You and I discussed a trailer for a new reality show that a lot of people have been talking about on TikTok. Stephanie and I have been talking about it. It's called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and it is on Hulu. And it's a show about this group of women called Mom Talk in YouTube. Mom Talk. And they are in Utah, okay? So there are a bunch of Mormon women who got together to do TikToks together, and all of a sudden, this scandal happens where they got outed for being swingers, this group, okay?
Why is people surprised by that?
Well, I don't know if everybody's surprised. That came out, right? I really didn't know what to expect when I was going into the show. I really didn't even know it was a swinger thing. I think I might have forgot about it. I thought that this show, when I heard the name, was just going to be about you taking a peek into the lives of Mormon wives and what they do and like how they
That's
operate.
what I thought too.
And I thought it was like, the biggest drama is going to be, oh, did you hear that Cindy had a beer at the bar yesterday? Oh, that's so crazy. Or like, Ashley missed Bible study. I don't know what happened to her. I thought the drama wasn't going to be that crazy. But let me tell you right now, wow, what a freaking show. Now I know what all the fuss is about. The Mormon moms got messy, okay? I watched all 8 episodes in like 2 days and I had a freaking ball, bro. Like I said, it picked up right after. Did you watch any of it, Eddie?
I did not. I was gonna watch it today and then I fell asleep. But all I was gonna say is that all I had to do was see the trailer and I knew that this was your kind of show.
That's right. Yeah, people were showing me like, you gotta watch this. Like they already.
So it's like a Jersey Shore type of thing.
No, it's not Jersey Shore.
That's what it sounds like to me. That's what I was picturing. It's like a housewife.
They don't all live in the same house. They just follow all these women around. So it basically picks up a couple months after the scandal, after everything blows up, and you immediately find out how the scandal got out. Because that's what I was thinking, like who snitched, right? So Taylor Frankie Paul, she's like 20, 25, 28 maybe.
Oh,
she
wow,
was
they're
the
pretty
leader.
young.
She was the leader of the group, and she goes in to explain everything that happens in the first episode, how the scandal went down. And a lot of stuff goes, for some reason, their mom talk is big on Reddit, right? The Mormon wife culture is big on Reddit. So the way she explains it is that somebody had spread the rumor on Reddit that it was going down, that they were swinging at these parties. And Taylor took it upon herself to make a TikTok and blow it up. Instead of ignoring it, she was like, yup, I'm here to tell you that we're doing it and we're all doing it. Like, everybody's in on it. We're doing this. We're doing that. And all the girls were like, bitch, like, why would you air us out like that? Like,
I
what
was
the
about to say,
hell?
I don't know anything about girl code, but I think that's against the girl
That's
code.
definitely against any body's code.
That was
You
not
didn't even have a
cool.
meeting.
That was not
You didn't even
cool.
have a meeting. You was like, yo,
Yeah, no, like group text, like, hey,
No
I'm
group
thinking
text,
about,
no
I'm thinking about
nothing.
saying this on
There
TikTok.
is a mom talk group text, which we will get into in a second. So
Oh,
she
shit.
blows it out and tells everybody. So everybody's kind of pissed at her, and the show starts when everybody starts coming back together. And like I said, it's not exactly clear, but it looks to me like all the women on the show, only one of them was involved in the swinging stuff at the time. And again, that was Taylor. She was the only one involved at that time. And there's Whitney and there's Demi and all these other women, right? So it starts off, everybody's kind of getting their bearings again after this big thing. They're starting to get their brand deals back. And so there starts to become like a little bit of a power struggle in the group, but there starts to become a little bit of a divide in the group because you find out that there's varying degrees of Mormon in this group. Like some women are drinking and some women are way more straight-laced and some women do this, some women do that. So you start to see like the dynamic between all the women. They're like, I don't do what she do because she be drinking and this girl be gossiping and this and that. So you start to see this divide in the group of the saints and the sinners in between the women. So like these three and these three, right?
Clean.
So this is probably my favorite episode. It's like episode 4, okay? Because it went down. Right? I was like, oh my God. They went on a girls' retreat to patch everything up. They're like, all right, we see the divide. We see that there's one group here and one group here. Let's go on a girls' trip to sew everything together. And I said, oh, this is a bad idea. And oh boy, was it bad? So they get together, they have this dinner, their private chef comes and they go, hey girls, let's do the truth box. And all the girls went, oh no. The girl held up a box and she was like, I just want to get everything out in the open. You know, everybody has certain feelings about each other, so let's just get this all out in the open. And I was like, rubbing my hands together. I'm ready for the drama. I'm ready for the chaos, right? So they have to basically write anonymous things in the box and direct it towards somebody else. So it'll be like, hey, why do you like to do your TikToks like this? And you have to answer it, right? So they started to drive this cruise in and they were like, hey, like, what do you think about this person? What do you think about that person? And all of a sudden this message comes out and it's like, why did you say that Jen, what did you, it was like directed at Jen and they were like, how do you feel that Demi said that you were too much of a Mormon and it's like annoying? And she was like, oh, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that about me? And basically it came out that the one girl, Whitney, was the one telling everybody's business to everybody else. So basically Demi went to Whitney and told her like, oh, I think Jen is too Mormon and I think that Taylor's white trash. And Whitney went and told them what she said. So now everything's out in the open and everybody's mad at Whitney for blowing everything up and for telling everybody secret stuff. And, you know, Whitney's trying to be like, oh, like, you know, this straight lace, like, you know, this perfect woman and everything. Never. And they start going in on her. My girl Demi was like, yo, you fucking bitch. Like, Whitney goes to the closet to cry. And my girl Taylor's like, nah, I'm not letting you slide on this bitch. She goes in the closet with her and starts roasting her in front of everybody. She's like, yo, like, I'm not letting you slide on this. Like, you're a bitch. You be airing people out, blah, blah, blah. So the whole calamity happens. Now Whitney's out of the group. But the one part of the show that I thought was crazy was this girl, Jen. This girl, Jen, was the baddest one there, right? And they're all the breadwinners of the family pretty much, at least most of them, right? So this girl, Jen, got her husband who isn't doing anything. He just got into medical school. She's paying all the bills and she's doing all the work in the house. And she's the baddest one, right? So listen, this is me and I was him. I'm on my P's and Q's, okay? I'm not saying nothing. I'm not rocking the boat at all, right? So they end up going to Chippendales, you know, the male strip joint in Vegas. And Jen doesn't know that that's where they're going. So she ends up going there unbeknownst to her. And she's like, oh my God, like my man's going to freak out. He's going to be so mad. So she texts him and she's like, listen, this is what they did. They took me to Chippendales. It's not a big deal. It's a joke. This guy starts going off on her. He's like, I don't love you anymore. I'm taking the kids. This is like, you're a fucking, like, you're the worst. You're a horrible mother.
No.
I mean, he's just going in and in, bro, for hours.
Talk about weak ego.
Bro, she's hysterically crying outside of the club. She's like, why don't you just take into account how much of, like, what kind of person I am? He's like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with you. It's over now.
Oh, he been trying
Meanwhile,
to slide out of this relationship for
I
a
was about to
minute.
say, bro, he been waiting for an excuse to get out of
Yo,
there.
he been waiting for. He feel insecure. He feels like he ain't a man. He feel like she paid for my medical school. Yo, this man is soft.
meanwhile, right?
I'm grateful.
Meanwhile, rewind a little bit. Right before they go to Vegas, he ends up following her there because he doesn't want her to go by herself. But he goes gambling while the girls go out, and he asked her for $2,500 to go gamble, and she gave him the money. Right? Then you find out that when all this is going on, the girls are like, yo, you got to leave this dude. Like, he's an asshole. Like, he's saying all kind of like the worst stuff you could say to your wife, right?
Okay, yeah, because he's just
Then you
cheating
find
on her.
out that not only is this dude like straight bum, that his parents gave him money to get through medical school, and he gambled it all away. And he's asking his woman for money.
Oh man, you're not a cheater.
And he's
You're
asking
just
his woman for money, bro.
Bro, what a loser, bro.
Straight
She should have been left his ass.
Bum juice, bro. The drama on this show was top tier. It was great. You had people getting into domestic violence. There was one scene where Taylor's having a baby with this dude, and right before you find out that she's having a baby, they literally have the neighbor on the phone, like calling the cops that they're beating the shit out of each other in the house. She ends up getting arrested for domestic violence, and right after that, you find out that she's pregnant with the guy, and she's still gonna have the baby and stay with the guy. And the whole time on the show, the relationship is tumultuous. It's just chaotic. I mean, this show was something else. You find out that he apparently cheated on her, and the season ends with one of the girls calling apparently the girl that he cheated on Taylor with, and they're gonna talk to her. So I'm rubbing my hands together.
Yo, these Mormon chicks
All I
stick
know
together. I'll
is-
say that when it comes for it.
All I
Ruthless.
know is this show is definitely sustaining you. I know you feed off of drama.
This energy. This is true
So you-
gritty energy right
So
here.
you eating good.
Oh,
Greedy's
yeah,
been
real
eating
good.
I
for a
was
while.
eating good with this show. There was arguments. The only thing that the Mormons ain't doing, they're not fist fighting. They're not throwing down.
My man didn't need that instant jelly in his belly then.
Bro, but it sounds like they're lashing with their tongue is on point though.
And it was really only a few of them. The rest of them, see, the thing I noticed was that Taylor was the messiest one. Like, she was the one that started this whole thing with the mom talk getting blown up from swinging. And the weird thing was that they actually elaborated on what the swinging was, and they called it soft swinging, which means that they weren't even fucking. They were doing everything but fucking. They were doing everything except having sex. So they were like kissing and doing everything, and they were talking about the table. And one of the girls was like, they were like,
sucking
well,
somebody off, not
sex.
No, that's pretty soft.
Dude, that's exactly what one of the girls said, Eddie. She was like, isn't that having sex? And one of the other girls were like, oh, you're sucking his cock. And it's like, yeah, that's not soft swinging, Mo. You're sucking dick. What the hell?
Like that is
not
foreplay
soft
to get ready
swinging,
to
bro.
get fucked.
I mean, that's foreplay, but I think
It's called oral sex.
That ain't nothing soft about that dick in her mouth.
Exactly.
I mean, sex in originally it just means touch. So I mean, just touching somebody is sex.
It's called oral sex for a reason. That ain't soft, bro. That is not soft, bro. That's wild. So then you find out
she's doing it. Maybe she's giving soft oral. I don't know.
Nah, bro.
Unless my man had erectile dysfunction, there ain't nothing soft in that situation.
That's how the religious people, they love to do, like the super straight, Christian people. They go, oh, like fucking in the ass is not actually breaking the rule. I'm still a virgin. That's how they'll get over it. And that's what's also funny about the show. You see all the ways that they get, they try to get around, sinning. They try to get around it by doing this.
I've been with girls that said that to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't mind fucking you in the butt. That's fine.
You've done
Wow.
it. Look at you. You made her. You
Look at
turned her
you.
into a
Very
sinner. 'Cause That's
progressive.
exactly what she was. She was a sinner. That is a sin right there. You know what else was apparently all over TikTok, according to Mo, was this movie called The Front Room. Mo said he heard a bunch about it.
I've seen the trailer.
What'd you think about the trailer?
I thought it looked interesting. I don't know if it's supposed to be scary, but it doesn't really look that scary. But it looks interesting.
Right. Well, it looked interesting to me too, and especially because I saw Brandy was in the movie, and we haven't seen Brandy in 15 years or something like that. So I was like, all right, I like the premise. The premise is that this couple moves the husband's mother-in-law in the house, and she's a terror. You know, she's an old woman, and you don't really know what's going on with her from the trailer. She could be doing witchcraft. She could be a vampire. She could be a murderer. But all you know is that she's not a there's something evil going on. There's something suspicious going on with the mother-in-law. Okay, so I was very excited to see this, especially because it's an A24 movie, and A24 has it's a studio, and they have let me down over the last couple of times. I didn't like In a Violent Nature, and I didn't like. I watched the TV Glow. I saw the TV Glow. That was a terrible movie, but great premise. Oh, both great premises, just like this one. But did this one live up to it? Did this one live up to the hype? Let's see. I turn it on. Brandy's there. I'm like, oh, wow, everything's good. This is nice. I see her. The mother comes on. This movie was straight ass butter, bro. All I seen in the trailer, in the comments was Brandy's back, bruh. Brandy's back on the shelf after this one, bro. Brandy's back on ice after this one, bro. She didn't do herself. You should have stayed retired. If this is the script, if this is the script that you decide, this was my, I can't even imagine her reading this and going, this is my comeback. This is my comeback script, right?
This is gonna make my career.
So basically, without giving, I'm trying not to give too many spoilers here, right? So I didn't care. I watched so many reviews on this, and everybody agreed with me with what I'm about to say. I didn't care about anybody in this movie. They all were horrible people, and I'll get back to that in a second, right? Because actually, that's a little children. That's a little bit. There's no children. That's a little bit of a lie. Right? So the movie starts with Brandy and the husband, and they find out that they have to move the mother-in-law, and that the mother-in-law is requesting to move in, and she's like, if you guys move me until I die, I'll give you all my money. She has a bunch of money, right? So immediately, the husband is saying, this is his stepmother, by the way, and he's like, yo, I cannot do this. Like he's like sweating. He's turning white. Like he's turning. He's like, I cannot do this. Like I hate this woman. She's evil. Like you don't even know how horrible she is. Like we cannot do this. Instead of saying like we're not doing this, he's saying like he's basically pleading with her to allow him not to do it, which is his first mistake, right? And Brandy's like, oh come on, we need the money. Like we need to do this. Blah blah blah. Like she's getting in the business. You know, like I hate when people do this, bro. Like you don't think I know my family better than you? You know what I mean? Like there's people like this. They're like, oh, she can't be that bad. We have to do this. We need the money because you need a job. And he's like, all right, just remember what I said, right? So they move the mother in, and she starts like little by little, like needling Brandy, and like step by step. I mean, almost immediately starts by like just doing little things to mess with her head. She's like, yo, I'm changing all the furniture up in here because y'all broke. Like I could afford it, so I'm changing all the furniture up in here. And this woman is like, she looks like they did her up very well. She looks like she's on her deathbed. But the actress that played the mother was phenomenal, which is I cannot say the same for the rest of the cast.
Okay. The only good character in the movie, right?
She got the best script.
Bro, she was going like little by little, just escalating the mental torture. And let me tell you, I fell in love with the mother right there. Because the way they're trying to portray this, the way they're trying to frame this is, you're supposed to feel bad for Brandy because she's home pregnant. She's pregnant, by the way. She's home pregnant with the mother, and the mother's torturing her and making her do things. And I'm like, didn't the guy literally like hyperventilate in front of her and go like, yo, I cannot have this. Like, we should not do this. So the mother, literally starts shitting herself so that they have to clean her up. Like that's one of her forms of like mind games.
Torture?
Yeah,
wow.
Is that she starts shitting herself. It was hilarious. Like this read like a comedy, bro. From the mother's performance to the acting to even the music choices, bro. The mother played this to a T because she did it so well where it was like she was messing with Brandy and she made it known to Brandy, like, I'm messing with you and I want you to know. Like she would shit herself and then give her a smirk like, you got to clean that up, baby. Like shit like that. Like she'd be like, And she'd be like,
Damn.
you gotta clean that up, baby. And Brandy's like, oh my God, like I can't take this anymore. And I'm like, well, you like I was literally thinking the whole time, you asked for this, like you did this, bro. And eventually Brandy was pulling her hair out, and the husband came home, and I was waiting for this scene. I was waiting for this, and she was like, I can't take it anymore. She's doing this and that, and he's like, who was the one that wanted this? Like, you were saying that this was a good idea. She's like, oh my God, I can't take. And my favorite scene, bro, like, this is not even going to read well the way I perform this, but you have to see this scene. It is the funniest thing I've seen in a horror movie probably in my life. They're sitting at the table, right? And now it's interesting the way they framed it, because at first, Brandy was at the head of the table. But then slowly throughout the movie, you see the mom go at the head of the table, like, symbolizing the mom is doming them the whole movie. That's the best way you can sum this up.
Damn.
The mom is doming Brandy, right? So now she's at the head of the table, and of course it's 2024. Racism comes up, and Brandy's telling the mother, "You're fucking racist," without any evidence, basically any evidence, right? They're talking about the daughter, and she's like, I don't want my daughter reading from white man textbooks. And the mother's like, what's wrong with that? Like, what do you mean? And she's like, oh, you're racist. And the mom takes a nap. She's like, oh, you think I'm racist? Okay, like, I'll be racist. And she takes a napkin and puts it up on her head like a KKK hoodie. And she starts acting like she's on a horse. And she's like, I'm going to go burn a cross. You think I'm a racist? And then out of nowhere, bro, like the most random thing everywhere, out of nowhere, the mom goes into what is a baby racist routine, a racist baby. She's like, I'm a racist baby. Wah, wah, wah. She starts throwing the food around. She's like, I'm a racist baby. I'm a racist baby. And like the husband's crying in the corner, and Brandy's like, eventually Brandy pushes her over, and the mom, like, they're trying to make this like scary, or they're trying to make this, I'm cracking up. I'm dying at this. She's like, I'm a racist baby. I'm a racist baby. And then like Brandy pushes her, right? And of course, in the writer's mind, they think you're gonna go, oh, what's gonna happen next? Like, oh my God, I'm so like, what the tension is? I'm just laughing, and then all of a sudden, everything goes quiet, and the mom and the old lady goes, and shits herself. And they gotta go clean it up. The whole movie is this woman doming Brandy, and rightfully so. It was not scary. There was literally zero tension. It was hilarious, bro. This should have been just a comedy. There was a part where the mother, I'm not even gonna say why she has a bell, right? But she has a bell. Baby. The mom has a bell, basically, because she gets injured, right? And she starts ringing that. They do a montage of the mom ringing the bell all day while Brandy's trying to like get her work done and take care of the baby. She's cling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, cling-a-ling, like, oh, can you get me a water, sweetheart? Can you change me? So eventually she walks in, and the mom like peed herself or something like that. She rings the bell, blah, blah, blah. And Brandy cleans her up, and she just turns her back and makes one step, and the mom, like a fucking dom, bro, like she's not even a foot away, rings the bell like a maniac. Cling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Like Brandy's covering her ears. Like she's doing everything she can to fuck with Brandy. And it is the funniest thing I have seen in a horror movie in my life. It was hilarious. Like the fact that they thought that this was gonna like piss people off, or that this was gonna be like scary, or like I was supposed to be upset about this. I was like, yo, let this racist baby. I was like, yo, let this ride out. Like I want another half an hour of Brandy getting tortured, bro. Like, cause she deserves this. She asked for this.
Nobody
bro.
wants to read the white man's books anymore, huh?
Absolutely hilarious, bro. So I'm not gonna get into the ending or anything.
Baby sounds like the greatest scene ever. I need to watch
that scene. I want to watch the whole racist. The whole racist.
I'm gonna stream it for us. I'll stream it for us. I'll find it. It was so funny, bro.
Like what was it? Like I'm not. My kids ain't gonna read The Birds. That was written by a white man.
It was like textbook. I'll stream it when we're done. I'll stream it when we're done.
The Great Gatsby.
This movie was.
How dare you read The Great Gatsby? It's a white man's book.
That's a white man book.
This movie was a straight up.
I love that book.
Straight up 1.7, bro. Like the only thing that saved this movie was the mother's performance was amazing. She was actually such a badass. She was so like hateable, but in the right way. Like hateable for Brandy, but like I loved her. I fucking loved it. She was conniving. She was manipulative. She was evil, and it was absolutely hilarious. Brandy, we love you, but you need to pick better scripts, girl, because this was not it, bro. This was not a good look for you. Everybody else.
Brandy was which actor?
By the second day, she should have known that this was a comedy, because that's exactly what I would have read this as. She must have been out the game way too long.
Like, because I didn't like Brandy or the husband in this movie, so this did not. I mean, it was a terrible movie. Don't get me wrong. It was a terrible movie, but it did not read the way they thought it was going to read. You know, they think you're supposed to be on Brandy's side, and I'm on the exact opposite. I'm like, I want the mother to live another year. I want another year of this. This is hilarious. Like, the shit. I'm not even going to say the rest of the stuff she was doing, but it was so funny, bro. So funny. So, on the topic
and you finished this movie.
When did I finish it?
I said you finished this movie too.
Hell yeah. I was like, how's this?
Wow.
I want to know how it ends.
He enjoyed it. Okay.
Because it was like, I was falling asleep.
Is there a possible chance for a sequel?
No. I was falling asleep. I was falling asleep, right? Until the mom started to needle. And I was like, okay, I get this now. This is good. Like, once she started her shit up, once she started shitting herself, bro, I sat up and I was like, I can't. This is amazing. This is so fucking funny.
My man
bro.
said once she started shitting herself,
because it's not even presented in a dark way. You know what I mean? Like, a darker way to frame this would be like if I'm bringing in let's say my wife's mother or something, and she can't control it for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's like, she can't control it. She doesn't even know what's going on. I'm gonna feel
she's
bad.
like crying after every time it happens.
Yeah, she's like, I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah,
but Brandy's like just laughing and giggling.
No,
like,
Brandy's not laughing. The mother's laughing.
laughing.
The mother is shitting herself and cracking up, like, and smirking at Brandy, like, I'm shitting myself on purpose. Like, I have full control over my bowels right now, but I'm doming you. Like, I'm the alpha dom right now. Fuck you.
The alpha granny.
She is, like. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up too much of this movie, but there's other things.
Stop right there,
there's other things that go on that I'm like. There's other things that go on that I'm like, Brandy, you are retarded in this movie. Like, why would you make that choice? Why would you do that? Like, she digs her hole deeper and deeper in the movie, bro. It was a show. It was a show. On the topic of horror movies, Scream 7 got a release date, or at least a release month, from what I've seen. We are supposed to get the new Scream 7 in February.
BRB.
How are you going to interrupt me in the middle of...
What the hell?
Did you see how...
What?
Now I want to see what that was about now. Now we're going to wait.
He said he had to use the bathroom.
Is that what he said?
I'm 98% sure he said, I got to go pee.
Oh, he must have had to go really, really bad.
Wow.
Oh, my I guess he does not care about the Scream 7 release
There's
date.
no way he does not care about this. There's no way. It's possible. I was so excited. All I heard was the word February.
The Scream 7 movie is then he's gonna come back in and then he's gonna like talk while we're interrupt. He's gonna interrupt while we're talking about it.
Yeah, no.
What I miss? What I miss?
You know what? Your phone was broken for months. You come back on the show. You're disrespectful once again. Do you not understand how this process works? EJ?
Guy, bro.
EJ?
What did you have to go do?
I said I'm getting another drink. BRB.
Oh, this guy. Right in you couldn't wait for me to finish my sentence. I'm like about to announce the release date and you say it in the middle of my sentence. You think that's appropriate?
Now you know you're retarded.
That was rude as hell.
Drink. That's the worst. I would have let you slide with the pee.
Scream 7 is coming out in February of 2026. Now, I don't know if people are going to cheer. I don't know if people are going to boo. Honestly, I really don't care because they are retconning it again, or they have to come up with a whole nother story because Jenna Ortega is not in it. Jenna Ortega's no, she's not in it. We've already been over this because her partner in the movie, her sister in the movie, said something political or whatever.
Yes,
and they kicked her off, and then Jenna Ortega left after that. So now the Scream creators look dumb, or whoever's doing the movie, because they basically kicked Neve Campbell to the curb or whatever. They didn't want to give her all the money that she wanted. They didn't think she was worth it. So now they gave Neve Campbell, I guess, either the money that she asked for, or they came to some kind of agreement and settlement because Neve Campbell is in the next Scream movie. And really, I don't care. It's like we've seen it a million times already. Like, you already got me on board with we have a new group of people, right?
Yep.
It took me a while because Scream 5 sucked. I did not like that. But Scream 6 was good. So I'm like, okay, I'm invested now. Sydney's gone. You got this crew. I'm involved. Hayden Panettiere's back. So now Sydney's coming back, and it's like, are you gonna go with this? This is why it's gonna be 2026 because they don't even know what they're gonna do. Probably they got to figure out a whole story. Like just give it up, bro. Pack it up. Scream is done. I love Scream, but I don't need to see it again. I don't need to see a new one, bro. If you're gonna do a new one. At this point, just do all new characters again.
Yeah.
Start fresh again. You already got us acclimated to that you started with a new group. Do it again. It's not that big of a deal.
What movie would you say Scream died for you?
Oh, 5.
When did you? What movie?
Five.
What movie? All right, so 5 is when
Everything else was
five
good.
is when the franchise should have ended.
They shouldn't have done 5. They shouldn't have done it. It was,
So
but they stuck it out and they did 6, and 6 was actually pretty good.
And then they basically reignited the fan base, and that with all new cast, and then that was so they would have got another 3 movies out of it.
And then they kicked one of the stars off the show or the movie because of something she said, which is they didn't have to do that. So now they just ruined the movie again, and now they have to figure out a whole new storyline. So am I excited for this? No. Am I gonna see it? Of course I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not over here like, oh, I can't wait for Scream.
I got a great idea for the producers and directors. Just apologize and give a good check.
Give her money back. Give her money, right?
Just bring back Jenna, bring back the other girl. Just be like, listen,
give her job back.
We effed up. Da 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 da. That was our fault. Nope. Somebody got to go and have this conversation. We deeply apologize. Matter of fact, we're gonna give you some credits or something. Y'all need to just pull your big boy pants up and big girl dresses up or panties up, and just be adults, take accountability, apologize, and get the real stars back. Because Sydney is not the only one that's gonna carry this movie. I'm sorry.
Do it. Like, what are you gonna do now? Like, what's the story gonna be? 40 years later, it's like, I mean, am I saying that it's gonna be whack? I don't know. It could be good. It could be great, but it's not something that I'm like dying to. I'm dying to go see. It's not something that I'm excited for, looking forward to. Yeah. When it comes out, I will see it. But this did not ignite any excitement in me because I heard that they were doing another Scream movie. No, they don't need to do it. Like, let it die, let it go, bro. Let it go. We got a new horror anime out right now called Uzumaki, right? And in the show, basically I've never seen anything like this. This is a very interesting concept. Basically, what you find out is spirals are taking over this town. You see spirals, like the clouds start going into spirals, and the water starts going into like a whirlpool effect, like spirals. And the main character's dad starts to become obsessed with spirals. He starts like creating spirals, and he's just obsessed with spirals. So you see
I thought the blonde-haired girl was the main character.
I think they're both the main character, right?
Yeah, they're both the main character.
The blonde girl and the guy.
No, they're both the main character.
It's two. It's a guy and a girl. So basically, one of the main characters' dad. Yeah, everything, and then basically you see that spirals are consuming the community in many, many, many ways. And I'm just gonna say that's the first thing I enjoyed about the 2 episodes that are out now is the ways that they integrated the spiral into everything. Because I mean, the spiral creates creatures, it creates monsters. The shit that they made this, that they allowed the spiral to do is actually insane. I've never seen anything like that. So I'm just gonna say right now that I enjoyed these 2 episodes. I think it was a creepy concept. I think it was very cool. It was like the anime had a very dark tone to it, and it was action. Like there was no superfluous scenes in this show. It was just bang, 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 bang. One scene after the next. They're not sitting around talking about any nonsense about relationships or about anything that has nothing. I mean, it's just spiral incident after spiral incident after spiral incident. It's just bang, 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 like a scary scene, a creepy scene. And, it's just refreshing to see that they didn't waste any time in the show. There was no wasted motion, 22 minutes an episode, and I found it to be very creepy and very interesting, and it's only 4 episodes it's going to be, so we have 2 left, and I'm very interested to see what is going on with the spiral. What is the meaning of this? Like, what is this coming from? What did you guys think of the show?
Go ahead, Mo. You go first.
Oh, sure, no problem. So just seeing like the whole community spiral out of control and how it escalated small from the beginning because it starts off slow and then it starts introducing these little spirals in different ways, like you say, and it just keeps going and going. I mean, the first episode. I mean, my favorite scene is the eyeball. Right when
Yeah, that was a good scene.
That was so far one of my favorite scenes where the eyeball just rolls up to the left side of the eye and just goes whoop, 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 and then falls in the back of her eye. I'm in back of her skull. That was amazing. I mean, the keeping it to the black and white. At first, it was cringy, right? It started becoming it was cringy, and then it started like then it was a moment
style,
where
you
I
mean?
literally,
You thought the animation style was cringy?
No. Like just the spiraling
Aspect?
whole thought of it was like a little cringy, but then they started the horror aspect kept coming in more and more, and it kept escalating, and I was like, this is great. The father's tongue thing, and the girl like he's like, look what I can do, and he just takes his tongue and does the whole. That was crazy. The what he did with his own body. I mean, just artistically, the scenes were gruesome.
Very gruesome.
Very gruesome.
When they
And,
started turning them into creatures and stuff, I was
Yes.
hooked. That was great.
That was wild
That
for
was
me.
great.
And it was what was interesting to me was I've always like this. This is funny. I have a thing like when I draw, I will make a lot of spirals for some reason. I've always been into spirals. So to see spirals been used in this type of capacity was really cool to like see what it meant. And I try to look up what spirals meant in Japanese. There's no real meaning for them. So especially in this type of context. So it's like, and maybe I haven't found more information, but it really is like a phenomenal
Very unique
anime.
idea. Very unique idea. I've never seen.
I can see
anything
why
like
it has
that.
the rank in and the fan base, the cult following that it has.
EJ, I already know what you think about this.
All right, man. I like the animation. I like the style, like that it's in black and white. But I was honestly a little bored watching.
Oh, because you're retarded.
I was a little bored. I'm like, all right, I get it. I get
bored,
it.
bro? How could
I
you
was
be
like, I get it.
bored?
The dad is having a mental breakdown.
Bro.
And then I was like, and then right, because I got a little. I feel like maybe I looked into it a little too much, right? Because I'm like,
I think that's exactly what happened.
I'm like, there's no way the dad just jumped in there himself and just fucking shoved himself into this coffin barrel thing.
Whoa.
What are you doing? What are you?
This is a
what's
fresh
happening?
show. Let's not give anything away because let me tell you what you were about to say. This is how I found out about the show. I went into a Discord with some of my with Jesse and Axel and AJ. Shout out to them. And they were watching it, and I just jumped in, and I was like, what are you guys watching? Because it was streaming it. And I caught it right when they found the dad, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you guys watching? I was like, this is sick.
Can we agree in that scene? Like, after they open the thing and they see him like that, am I the only one that thought it was funny that his tongue was also curled up?
I mean,
I'm like, my man really committed to the bit right now.
I thought the whole thing was phenomenal. Like,
it was hilarious. It was.
And the
it was
eye thing
fun.
happened after that, and I was
Yes.
like, I caught it the last 5 minutes, and I was like, yo, I'm going back and watching these two episodes.
Yes.
This is.
Yes.
I was like, this is fire. This is the first time I watched an anime, and I was like, this is fire, bro.
Yeah.
So
Bro,
creepy.
all right, and I noticed that nobody wants to talk about. I don't know because I guess you guys don't want to spoil
Yeah, we don't
shit, so I'm gonna try to not spoil anything.
Try and be covert about it.
You guys didn't want to talk about the snail. I mean, come
Well,
on.
that's
bro.
why I said the creature. The creature was great. You had the snail.
That was a good scene.
You had the snail, and then you had.
There are many good scenes. But I feel like
the hair scene was amazing,
bro.
For me, I was just like in between those scenes, I was a little bored. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro? They literally, it was just one thing after the next. Nothing.
What are you?
Nothing
bored
boring
bro?
happened. It was like
give me a second.
The spiral
Gritty.
did this. The spiral.
You watched Fooly, and you're complaining about this anime?
Fooly. Who the hell is that?
He loves Fooly. You love Fooly. And this was confusing and boring to you? Come on now, bro.
It was 22 minutes,
boring.
And every scene, something creepy happened.
You know what? The autistic community has been saved and redeemed. You have redeemed yourself in the autistic community.
Because whenever the dude starts talking about his dad and how he's losing his mind, I'm like, I kind of check out. I'm bored. And then once they cut to the dad losing his mind, I'm like, see, this is good.
Bro, it's literally 2 seconds.
Don't tell me. Show me.
It's 2 seconds. He's just saying, my dad's freaking out, and then they show him freaking out. It's not like the guy goes on a monologue for 20 minutes.
No,
The episodes are 22 minutes, and every single scene, almost every scene, the spiral is active and doing something negative to somebody.
Yes.
It's infecting somebody. It's either at the beginning stages or the end stage of fucking somebody up, and you were bored? Bro, you were the one telling me.
The best scene. I think one of the best scenes is with the couple. I think it's at the end of episode 2.
That was awesome.
I believe.
That was awesome.
I think that's probably my favorite scene so
that
far.
That was sick. The monster that they turned into, forget about it. That was great. I don't know what you've been smoking, because you're the first person to tell me.
I've been smoking that good shit.
You're
so
the first
maybe
person to tell me that you watch animes about golf, animes about cooking, and all this stuff. There must be so much downtime and dead time in animes like that.
I knew you were gonna bring that up, Mo. And how dare you? You watch that same show?
I know, but that's why and again, this is why I think what you're saying is the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say. The stupidest thing. We've watched so many anime together, and this is the one anime you find boring.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but if I like it, I think it's something worth watching, because I don't like many animes.
No, I would give this to you. I would if
the
listen
last
to Gritty on this one.
5 minutes I saw, and I was like, no, I gotta watch this. Like
this was the anime for him. This was the anime for him.
What like, who even thought of that? Like, somebody sat and thought, okay, so they're gonna get infected by spirals. Like, that's such a cool idea. And to be not to even have, because anybody can have that idea, but to be able to execute it in this way where it's like, okay, what are the spirals doing? They're doing X, Y, and Z. I mean, the lighthouse thing was inventive. The way that the lighthouse turned on them, and the way that became negative was wild. I
love how the ashes was a theme. Like the creator even thought about just the ashes in themselves.
Come on,
and I can't, bro. It was brilliant. I mean, it was brilliant. The writing, it was like so many concepts in every scene. It was like you can just go back and be like, you missed something. I missed so much, and I'm like, I need to know what the hell he was trying to do in this. The fingertips things.
Bored he was.
Now you know you're retarded.
Wow. The attention span is just dwindled. It's nothing. It's just withered to nothing.
You can't even say that, bro. I watch One Piece. I'm already over 1,000 episodes invested.
I think it's because you're like in a relationship in that way.
There are just moments in that show that
he's just in a committed relationship.
You're just comfortable in a relationship with One Piece because you watch so many episodes that you're just in a nice, comfortable space, like being with somebody, but you're not really in love with them. I
invested so much time that there's no point in me giving it up.
Yeah, you're like, it's like being with somebody that you don't really love, but you're comfortable with them.
No. The love part, we all love One Piece. One Piece.
No, but I'm
is
saying
God.
he's just comfortable with it. It's like. You know what I mean?
Excuse me for thinking that there were moments that I was bored.
He's not in love with it anymore.
I'm just telling you how I felt, okay? My bad.
Nah, you crazy. This is a hot
Was
take.
it because it wasn't in color?
Was
your brain so simple? Are you so simple-minded that you can't look at something without color?
Yeah, it was
the color part isn't even what bothered me. I
don't know. I think the only thing different about this anime from any other anime is that it's in black and white.
Guy watches a cooking anime.
I think that's one of the saving features of the show is that it's in black. I feel like if it was color, it would kind of detract from some of the creepy moments.
That's a good point. I agree. I'm glad it wasn't in color. Actually,
that's what I'm saying.
Let's talk about the chick that was trying to steal another chick's girl, her friend's girl or man. That was wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. What a good show! Whoa. It's perfect for the month of Halloween. It's on HBO Max. It's only got 2 more episodes left. Uzumaki, make sure you go check it out. We gotta talk about Hurricane Milton. Okay, this is gonna be really bad. I feel really, really bad for the state of Florida. God bless everybody in the path of Hurricane Milton. Anybody in the path in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, because that's where the last hurricane came through. Hurricane Helene. I almost said Colleen.
Helene,
Hurricane Helene, which touched down at a Category 4, and now from the trajectory of this hurricane of Milton, it's a Category 5 right now.
What?
So it's a Category 5 right now. Listen,
my cousin and my aunt, they live in I don't remember the name of the city, but it's like the main city that's about to get hit in Florida.
like Tampa.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they're on the road on their way here right now. So hopefully they get out of there in time. Hopefully the traffic isn't.
So when is it supposed to make landfall?
On Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It looks like Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday.
Listen, this is very, very, very serious. Okay, even though I'm gonna be in the group in the hurricane chat, and I love the hurricane chat, this is very, very serious for two reasons. Because obviously they just got hit with a hurricane before this. You know what I mean? So the debris, the shrapnel is just going to be flying everywhere.
Patching shit up. They didn't even finish rebuilding.
Yeah, exactly.
There was not even time to rebuild. I mean,
exactly.
FEMA is still trying to get supplies, and other agencies are still starting.
My boy's kind of an electrician, and he was telling me that a lot of the the workers from out here in South Carolina got sent down there.
Wow.
Because we had a power outage like last week for like a day, and it took a little while for them to fix it. And they were like, "Well, it's because we send most of our soldiers, most of our our builders and shit down to help Florida." And I'm like, "Damn."
So if it goes off, then
I was gonna say you got to keep some people around here to make sure we don't fucking fall apart. I mean, come on, bro.
Hopefully, there's some retired guys out there that can come, volunteer.
This is how serious this storm is going to be, because this is how serious it is, where one of the weathermen, I forgot this gentleman's name, but he was reporting on this hurricane, and this was his emotional reaction to the hurricane.
Just an incredible, incredible, incredible hurricane. It has dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific. Maximum sustained winds are 160 miles per hour, and it is just gaining strength in the Gulf of Mexico, where you can imagine the winds. I mean, the seas are just so incredibly, incredibly hot, record hot, as you might imagine. You know what's driving that. I don't need to tell you. Global warming, climate change, leading to this and becoming an increasing threat.
So he was talking about the millibars, right? He was saying that's a big deal that it dropped 50 millibars, because he's referring to the pressure of the hurricane. And the less pressure the hurricane has, the more pressure that drops, the stronger the hurricane's going to be. They were saying that basically you have to equate it to like when you're in a plane, they have to add pressure to the plane, because when you lose pressure, blah blah blah, it's not a good thing. So the hurricane losing pressure, that's why the guy was crying, because he's basically saying like they just got devastated. Florida just got wrecked, and now you got this monstrosity building up on the hot waters, coming through to just wreck these people again. It's absolutely terrible. It's horrifying. This is going to be fucked up.
This is a twisted movie right here. If it keeps getting
this is a disaster movie, bro. It's horrible.
It really is. This is a real one. This is a real life right here.
What'd you say, EJ?
I said you learn a lot in those chats.
I'm a hurricane watch, baby. I'm learning about the.
My man taking notes in the hurricane
watch. We are tracking the wobble right now. We are tracking the wobble of the hurricane, baby. All right. The wobble's when you look at the trajectory of the hurricane, like where it's slated to go, the wobble is if it veers a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. That's what the wobble is like. Oh, it's going this way.
Lingo. This is insane.
I'm in the time, bro.
You gotta join. It's very educational, man.
Oh, you're in there too?
Yeah, I love.
Bro, right now,
am I the only one that doesn't get the?
I've always been into this stuff. I didn't even know this was a thing until Gritty showed me this during the pandemic. I've always been into hurricanes and twisters and all this stuff, and I didn't even know me and him had a common interest in this stuff. He's like, "Yo, bro, you gotta watch these chats." And
the chats get crazy. But if you want to tune in, this is a great channel with my man JB and his crew on WFLA. They are really scientific with it. They're breaking it down. They're the ones that, they break it down for the normal viewer, and they tell you what's going on. They show you the map. They're gonna be really stalking this hurricane every freaking second. They're not live right now, but you go to WFLA News Channel 8, and JB's going to be there pretty much all day, especially tomorrow or today, because today's Tuesday as we put this out. So pretty much Tuesday into Wednesday, if you really want to get into this, watch WFLA Channel 8, and then if you want to see the crazy shit, you got to go on the Fox
You
chat.
might see Gritty make some comments in the chat.
Here's the thing. WFLA, you cannot put anything crazy in that chat. That is not where the crazy chat is. That's usually in the other. You got to go like on the regular streams where they're not really monitoring. You got to go on the Fox stream or one of the other, usually the local news channels when they stream on YouTube. That's where you can go and put your Hurricane Diddy and Hurricane Baby Oil.
For them, negative press is still press.
That's right. You go in there and that's where you could do all your crazy chat stuff.
Do we have any links? Because I know, Gertie, you used to donate to the thing. I did the thing with AmeriCorps where we donated for stuff. Do you know anything?
I guess you can donate to Red Cross and stuff like that, like the usual. You know what I mean? I don't have any specific links to Florida, but we can look it up.
Salvation Army,
I was reading that it was either Salvation Army that the New York Post had reported that in one of the Carolinas that they just turned back because they couldn't get to the people. Yeah, they just turned the truck back.
I believe it was Red Cross.
They gave up on us.
They just gave up.
That's crazy.
That's crazy,
bro. Their bridges is on the water, bro. I mean, towns and roads are blocked. I mean, it's bro.
It's wicked, man. My heart goes out to anybody in the path. EJ, I'm glad that your family out there is coming down to see you and they're getting out of the way because, it's really scary. When the first one was coming in and I saw that it was a Category 2, I said, this is gonna be an interesting hurricane chat. It's gonna be a fun watch, whatever. And then as the night progressed, and I called Mo when it happened.
Yeah.
It jumped to a Category 4 right before it hit land, and I was like, yo, this is fucked up. This is going to be bad. This is not good. And I 160 bodies the next day. So this is really terrible. Counting. Yeah, this is really not good, man. So heart goes out to everybody that has been affected, that will be affected.
Please leave right now. Don't be like the guys on Florida TikTok with your little floaty boats.
I've been here for 40 years. Ain't nothing gonna get me out of my house. Don't be that guy, bro. You're gonna be floating.
No one's saying you can't come back, but you should leave till the storm's over.
This is one of those situations that everybody needs.
And if you do leave, take your your birth certificate and your social and
everything, your computer. I mean, there is towns right now with no lights, still with no electricity, just dead zones in the country right now. So our country. So I mean, please leave. Please go somewhere else if you're able to. Just don't stay.
Yeah. What I like about WFLA News Channel 8 is when they're live, people will call them and send video messages in and ask them hey, they have real experts on streaming. They'll be like, hey, I live in this area. It's about 10 miles away from where the storm surge is going to be. Should I stay? Should I leave? And they'll break it down. They'll show you the map. They're like, oh, you're here. Nah, you got to go. Or you're here. You could stay if you want, but I would do this and that. So it's very interesting to watch them because they have good experts breaking everything down, breaking down the map, telling you this and that. So just check it out. You'll hang out with us virtually if you're into this stuff. We've been talking about this for years, so I'm sure some of you are. And again, God be with everybody who will be affected in the next couple of days. So there you go. We've said it all. We've done it all. Peace and love. See you next time.